Episode 4 begins, and everyone goes wild as they see Kunigami score the goal. And with that, the match concludes with Bastard Munchin being announced the victor. The MVPs of the play are Isagi and Kunigami. Kunigami looks at Isagi, wondering why he chooses to pass to him when he does not owe him anything. Isagi takes a moment to answer, clarifying that it is not for him. It was the most rational decision he could make, and that is why he chose to use him as a stepping stone, as none of them could score the goal individually. They had to rely on one another. Kunigami does not know how to respond, and realizing the true motive of his assist, he taunts him for falling as a striker before leaving. But Chira, on the other hand, tells him that there was a neat little goal, and they should not be fighting each other after such a marvelous goal. He smiles, telling him that that is the goal he chooses. But why did he pick Kunigami when Kaiser was the better option? Isagi calmly replies that he does not want to be an assistant to Kaiser. He wants to be his own man, and Kunigami's left leg shot is a factor that no one else knows about. By gambling on this factor, he went all in to seize the moment. But Chira holds out his hand, promising to meet his fellow egoists the next time they meet. Isagi welcomes the challenge, promising to catch up to him and be a star striker as well. But a voice wonders who is trying to be a striker, and Ness walks up to them, scratching his head and accusing him of stealing his assist role, all the while ignoring Kaiser to pass to an orange bumpkin with a low chance to hit that goal. That is not rationality, but pure selfishness. She laughs threateningly, telling Isagi to quit while he is ahead. Isagi tells him to shut his trap hole. They have won, and that is all that matters. Is that not the team's philosophy, he asks. Ness still insists that this team belongs to Kaiser, and he should understand it while he still has his head on. Isagi does not back down, promising to make this team his own. As they start to escalate things, Kaiser arrives and grabs Ness by his afro, apologizing for his harshness and for misjudging him. Isagi looks at him in surprise. Kaiser tells him that he is not a clown but the whole circus, and that Orange Bumpkin is a barbarian who steals others' achievements. Isagi takes a moment to come up with a retort, calling Kaiser a naked emperor with everything stolen by him. Kaiser smiles coldly. But before it can turn ugly, Ego appears on the screen, congratulating them on their first match and asking them their views on the wider world. He takes a sip of his squash, twirling the cup around and saying that the world is like a game of musical chairs. They have to fight for their positions, snatch it from their superiors, and each team has its philosophy. Think of the team as a body of water. Some value rationality, some freedom, and some order, and for a fish there is more than one way to survive. If they do not adapt to the water, they will die, or maybe they will have to dye the water to match their colors. He continues to play with his glass, telling them that they can also escape because no one is holding them hostage. Running away is a loser's choice, but the most popular one. Now that they understand how to fight in the team, they will announce the rankings. Everyone's salaries start ringing up on the screen, as Ego silently says that all of the matches are being observed by the World Soccer Club. Each match results in bids, and the highest bid will prove their points, and that is their new ranking system. Surprisingly, Isagi scores quite a high bid on the leaderboard, and Ego says that this is the full scope of the super entertaining game. Before we continue, please subscribe to my channel and support me. The next video is coming soon, and I want you to be the first to watch it. Isagi wonders how he is worth 17 million yen. Ego further clarifies that all of these numbers are real, and the yearly salary will enable them to bargain in the club. Isagi looks at the offering club, and that club is the German league rival of their team. They cannot help but wonder how can he get an offer from such a famous team. Ego smiles, saying that the Japanese league has clubs all over the world. The owners are watching the match, and this league will function as a public market for the players, and this is how the auction works. Kaiser's salary, on the other hand, is 300 million yen, and no one can wonder why. Igarashi, on the other hand, has no bids, just like Raichi. Ego says that they must understand the league is ending, and the top 23 members, excluding the foreign one, will automatically become the new team members. He tells everyone to polish their skills in this environment, and for the international stars, they can promote themselves to the owners of the clubs, and this is the ultimate talent market. It is a talent bargain sale for the rich. The players cannot help but feel that they are only products, and Ego does not argue with the point, saying that players are products after all. Both start with a P, and teams are shops. This is the world of professional sports. Ego says that they want to test the skills of players. For example, Blue Lock's #1 Isagi. This is the intention of the shopkeeper owner and sponsors. Everyone falls silent as Ego takes a sip of his drink, clarifying that they needed to use Isagi in at least one match, and as he has proved his worth in the match, he has been assigned a value. Bachira wonders if winning is not as important as shining brightly as others. Ego agrees, saying that that is the striker mentality. Yes, this is the big chance, and if they screw up, then all big teams will steer away from them. The others realize that this can either be a life-changing moment or a life-wrecking nightmare. Ego tells them to keep showing their emotions. Did they once stop to think that the world's superstars are coming to an undeveloped soccer country like theirs? He brings out a memory card saying it is a real time show showing their battle and conflicts. He shows another match between Italy's Ubers and France's PXG. The screen shows Rin fighting for his life. He explains that the subscriber for this content has passed the 80 million mark, and this is super entertaining. It is a Blue Lock TV. Everyone looks at the announcer in surprise, realizing that it is a subscription-based service. They realize that their life-risking battles are only entertainment for the entire world. Everyone is waiting for a new hero to emerge in the world of soccer, and they should celebrate, because Blue Lock is the hottest place for soccer in this world right now. Isagi is fired up, calling Ego a crazy son of a gun. As Ego is about to end the transmission, he hears the players crash out about not scoring better. Ego says that they will not get any offers if they fail to play or to shine brightly, so they can steal a position to survive or be a new striker, but they need to prove their worth whatever they do. In 10 days, the next match will feature Germany's Bastard Munchen versus England's Manshine City. At the English wing about 10 days ago, Chris welcomes the Blue Lockers, claiming himself as their master. Chris tells everyone that their city's philosophy is speed and rushing and a healthy baldy. He flexes his cake to let everyone know that he has the madness and the sweetness to change the world. Everyone wonders if he's soft in the head. Chris, on the other hand, tries to rizz up another player, asking her what she wants to achieve by coming into this team. She nervously answers that she wants power and speed. Chris starts giving her an aggressive pat down. He smiles that she has a nice body for a speed attacker. He then gives another player a pat down, saying that he has good muscles and can jump and shoot using his core. She then pats the other one, saying that he has a good balance. They can't help but wonder if Chris is awesome or if they should call the FBI. He can tell their playing style from their muscles. Chris dusts his hand, saying that he has a good grasp of their abilities, but he darkly says that they are too reliant on their talent, and without self-awareness, their talent will do them no good. He gives them an example of a running test, something that is instinctive, the way they use their body while running. If someone wants to become better, for example, if someone wants to become an absolute unit, they have to bulk up their muscles to run faster and wear extra weight, which makes it harder to run. Ultimately, they can't run faster. Instead, their speed will drop, and they will lose their balance, turning into an average player, looking for power without understanding the exchange value, and trailing blindly can burn out their talent. He further explains that they will lose everything they have, their confidence, stability, and life as a player, and that is the reason prodigies don't go far in life. He imagines a player standing on a pile of gold with flames burning around him. He explains that success without understanding how to achieve it is a curse that tortures one, and he feels that someone like that can't be called a pro. He feels that he is a pro. Chris starts taking off his shirt, telling them that they don't know which muscles create talent, and being a professional is all about understanding their own body. And he has been pursuing that ideal by getting a perfect body that no one else can rival. He takes off his shirt to show his lean and mean physique. He then brings out a bottle and endorses his own brand, saying it's better than cola. The players wonder if they should take him seriously because he seems to be a tension hog, but he quietly tells them that a healthy body can influence the world, and as part of this team, they will learn about their body and gain awareness. Once they realize what they're capable of and the hidden abilities they have, they will start biohacking their way into S rank. He tells everyone there is time for a full-body evolution. Presently looking at Ego's smirk on the screen, Nagi wonders how the hell he can get a 17 million salary. Rio smirks, realizing that so many star players are here because of the money-grabbing reality show. Kiyoma, on the other hand, realizes if they win but fail to become the top 20, they will have nothing. but if they do become the top 20, they will rise in the world of soft skill. The trio looks at Chris, wearing ridiculous armor and endorsing it to the world again. Everyone wonders if this is all there is to him. Ego announces the results of the auction following the match between France and Italy. The screen shows the next bid for RU. Rio wonders how she can get 12 million, and they need to get on this RU field. Karasu realizes that any position will get them an offer. Aiku also gets 15 million. They look at the bounties rolling in, and finally, a ranking compilation of the players arrives with a lot of them achieving no value at all. The trio is fired up, and Chris takes the lead, saying that he didn't tell them about the auction and the Blue Lock TV because of Ego. But now that the first match is over, now that everything is out in the open, things will get interesting. The next opponent they need to defeat is Bastard Manshine. He trains the trio relentlessly, with their regime ranging from sprints to rope hurdles to pull-ups. They train to the extreme to make their talent burst from a strain. Nagi wants the world to watch out for his rippling muscles. Isagi sits in the locker room and still can't believe how he got his results, but he needs to score his own goal the next time he is out on the field. He hears someone say that he is a bit nervous, and his friend yells why he is acting carefree all the time. He hears that the match will go on broadcast, but the rooms and bathrooms will not be filled so they can live their lives in peace. The dining hall and the training hall will have cameras. Even though he tries his best to act normal, it is hard to take the edge off. He tries to strike up a conversation with Aoi about his 17 million salary. Aoi, on the other hand, is not too happy with himself. He is happier about getting an offer than the amount because the club is one he has always dreamed of. With everything they do being shown to the world, they need to work very hard. Everyone agrees. Isagi tells them that he can't believe Rin was ranked higher than him. The ones scoring goals are getting ranked higher, and he knows at this rate he won't make it to the U20 team. So Shigen says that they need to make it to the starting lineup, and with only 3 matches to go, they need to play no matter what position they get. Corona agrees, saying that their style is different, and the way they make themselves shine is what will decide the future. Raichi looks at the lineup, saying that they have to attack in non-striker positions, and while looking at the forward line, they need to forget about Keisuke and take out one of the other guys, maybe Aoi. He is reminded that Grimm's salary is 40 million. Igarashi also says that Keisuke was 300 million before he came here. Raichi wishes that he could play, but Isagi is getting favoritism. Isagi, on the other hand, is not too excited about being called a one-hit wonder. Raichi is told that Isagi got a chance for himself and he scored the winning goal against the U20, so they shouldn't give him a hard time. Everyone starts teasing Isagi for keeping his own pace, and they call him a petty guy. But he gets over it even though it is frustrating. Yukimiya, on the other hand, can't accept Isagi and his newfound popularity. How does making a pass warrant him to become the world's best striker? Isagi tries to brush off the accusation, but Yukimiya is not having any of it. He expresses his disappointment in him. Everyone else wonders why this isn't his usual point of view. Isagi also tries to clarify that he made an assist, that play was to stop him from getting kicked out. It is a stepping stone to become a striker. Isagi agrees, saying that it doesn't feel good, but it is a result of his focus on creating a new path, and he doesn't regret his choice, but he now knows his own weakness. Yukimiya still makes him feel bad for using a shortcut to get on the team. Isagi gets up, wondering if he wants to throw hands. Yukimiya calmly tells him that he just wants him to know how he feels, and he wants to know his ideals. Isagi coldly tells him that pretty words are not enough to steal a spot, and he is away from reality. Yukimiya furrows his eyebrows, taunting his brand of justice. A fiery blaze grows within him as he vows to fight and die before letting go of his ideals. Another player breaks up their fight, telling them to cool off in the shower. Keisuke arrives from the shower, telling Yukimiya to cool off, and that if he hates Isagi so much he can join his team. Aren't they jealous of his achievements? They can't look at their weakness? So instead of making fun of each other and moving away from their ideals, they should stop and learn from their envy. Yukimiya thanks him for this boring lecture. Keisuke turns to leave, clarifying that he just wants to give them a bit of advice. He tells them to choose between choosing him or Isagi, and they shouldn't choose the wrong king. He calls them peasants before leaving. Hayori calls him a jerk and lets everyone know he's on Team Isagi, and she assumes everyone is on the same page, but the others are still keeping their choices open. Yukimiya turns to leave, wondering if devouring the team as an independent king is the right choice or to become its savior. Raichi loves the competitive atmosphere and says now this feels like Blue Lock. Through a large and bustling city, a man is asked if he wants to be a model. A photographer wonders if he is already in an emergency, but he has a crazy aura, bursting all around. Yukimiya apologizes. He just wants to have a good time with his friends. He passes as he has to go to soccer finals in the next month too. This intrigues the photographer even more. Realizing that he has found a golden era, he makes Yukimiya part of the headline as a future superstar. The girls start fangirling over him. His dream is to pray and play pro soccer and become the world's greatest striker, and he knows that he can do it. Back then, it was the happiest part of his life. He recalls his vision dulling and his friends asking what's wrong. He recalls a black smidge arriving in his field of vision, and he recalls a doctor telling him that he has a disease affecting the optic nerve. It creates a blind spot when he is fatigued, and the disease is incurable. Headache and nausea will be the biggest symptoms, and he can become fully blind in the future. But with treatment, the progress can be slowed down, so at least he won't have to worry about blindness, and he can continue modeling in his normal day-to-day life. With a troubled expression on his face, he wonders about soccer. The doctor gravely says that sport won't be a problem if played as a hobby, but he won't be able to continue at the same skill level, and becoming a professional will be difficult. He recalls his whole world crumbling around him. He can't believe why this is happening to him. He remembers asking the doctor if he had done anything wrong to deserve this. Why is his dream being stolen away by fate? He recalls crying his eyes out, and the doctor consoling him, trying to do everything he can to help him become a pro. He recalls being told that his current performance has a time limit and he has to chase his dream, no matter what. He recalls playing very aggressively with a pair of shades covering his eyes to reduce the fatigue. He remembers being selected for the special training program. He remembers all the trials and tribulations he faced, with his fatigue blurring his vision each day. He recalls Isagi telling him that he is not seeing reality if he adheres to his pretty little words. He wonders if his anger stems from jealousy. He hasn't done anything since joining the league, but Isagi keeps getting what he wants and is walking the path he wants to, and he will have to accept his weakness. His thoughts start to spiral. That is the world he wants to enter, and it doesn't matter how bad he wants it or how much he works for it. The results are everything. Isagi has his path to walk, and he has to prove that his path is also validated. He needs to die with his ideals. Isagi, on the other hand, is working on his cardio, hitting a PR, while recalling Yukimiya's words. He realizes that even though it's annoying, the reality is he can't do anything on his own. He had to rely on his teammate. Even though he got results for giving an epic assist, he needs to make an effort to goal on his own. After playing alongside the legendary Noah, he can't imagine beating him the way he is presently. He can't even concentrate because of his uneasiness. And if he can't do anything to grow, he needs to find a new goal, something in between Noah and himself. He realizes that Kaiser is the answer. He needs to study him closely and make him his weapon. And he needs to survive this crab in the bucket world. After 10 years' days, everyone is lined up for Noah to tell their strategy. He explains that after the first match and the following training, he has a new playing plan and has chosen the best candidates. He starts introducing his choices, the first being Kaiser as a center, then Kunigami, because of scoring a goal in his first man, and Isagi as an offensive midfielder because his rating has boosted his first play. Isagi is thrilled to get picked. Grim also gets picked. Ness also makes the cut. Ali is taken as the midfielder, and the defensive line will go to Corona. He has selected someone that can coordinate well with Kunigami and Isagi on the right side and has the speed to adapt to the situation at a moment's notice. And as he has been honing his skills as a wing and has shown his ability to coordinate, he has the necessary score. Corona vows to follow Isagi. This thrills him. Mansa also makes the cut, followed by Stock, and their left wing will be Yukimiya. Yukimiya nonchalantly agrees as Noah tells them that their numbers are exceptional and that it is a waste to keep them on the bench. They will use their speed to cover the left side, and they will give Team A a boost. He expresses his high hopes and then introduces Jin as the goalkeeper. Jin can't wonder why, as he didn't expect that. Noah says that he has been trying for it. His physical ability makes him suitable for a goalkeeper. Presently, he is the best option, so that's why he is the goalkeeper. Others who are not selected grit their teeth in frustration, and the match is about to start with their shiny new lineup. He is using numbers and statistics to choose the best team, and right now, their team is a clash of two philosophies. The first is a rational style that uses Kaiser as the team's finisher. The second is the blue lock style by using all-out egotism. He wants to call this situation beat or beaten drama. This is thanks to the play Isagi and Kunigama put forward in their last match. He wants to see which team will evolve and devour the other one. Kaiser, on the other hand, is not too happy with this test, but all the captain tells him is to try not to lose his spot and to prove themselves and stop complaining like little children. The match is about to begin, and both sides are ready with high hopes and an even higher level of adrenaline. They are ready to put in the work. Isagi wants to create an opening with Kunigama, and they want the Blue Lock team to win because it's time to go against England. England's team is ready, and they are also ready to crush them like a bug. Isagi smiles, realizing that his old teammates are starters. They tell him not to look down on them and also laugh at his amazing salary. Isagi tries to brush them off, saying it has nothing to do with money, but recognition. Ryo, on the other hand, is still happy, because that's the kind of salary one can get by being a hotshot or a CEO. Isagi tells them that they will get offers as well, but they don't care as long as they can beat him. Ryo turns to Kunigama. Ryo realizes that they've lost, but their comrades have avoided that. He compliments him on getting his way back. Chigiri, on the other hand, stares at him. Even though he's a changed man, she still wants to beat him because he's the same guy she knows. He walks away, calling her a sleeping beauty. Rivalries are awakening. Then the Egoist League Match 3 is about to kick off. Germany's bastard Manshine versus England's Manshine City. Everyone is holding their breath as the kickoff draws nearer. Episode ends here, but before leaving, please subscribe to my channel and support me. The next video is coming soon, and I want you to be the first to watch it.